Welcome back. And, well, you know I'm a fan of Taurus and I'm a fan of their products. I think they're reasonably priced. I think Taurus has really stepped up the game here. So, this is a GX4. So, here, I'll just read it for you. GX4 magazine base plate and spring. This is the 13 round upgrade. So, I've already done it to one of the magazines, and I want to show you how to do it how to basically install it, and then I want to show you a comparison. So right off the back, I'll show you the comparison. So this is your stock GX4 magazine, and this is the 13 rounder. So essentially, you're getting 2 rounds. And I think with that, I'll show you here on the weapon as well. It is clear, no magazine. This is the stock 11 round magazine. So there's not much there, and I have small hands. So there's not much there. So what you get with the 13 round base plate is that right there, which makes a pretty big difference. Now I will say, you do have a little bit of movement and a little bit of gaps, but overall, I mean, these things are super cheap. And to get 2 more rounds and to get more real estate I think it's kind of a no-brainer. So once again, that is the 13 round, and that's what it looks like on the gun. So it adds quite a bit of length to that, and that is the OEM stock. And I've got small hands, and I can barely get my pinky on there. So I think, and I'll show you the two in comparison. So, and there's quite a bit of a difference there. So without further ado, let's see what you get. So, right, it does take a while. It took a while for these to get to me, honestly, which I didn't understand because they were in stock. But it did take, I'd say, almost 2 weeks to get this, which is kind of crazy. But so you get the spring, you get the base plate, and then you get this side locking piece right here. So I'm gonna open up the bag here, and I'll show you what you get, and I'll show you how to disassemble and assemble it to your existing magazine. So your spring, your extended base plate, and then this right here actually slides on. So you take that piece and it slides on this end right here. But I'll show you that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stock mag. You can use anything, a small screwdriver, but see that hole right there? You're going to need something. So this is kind of an extended bit. You're going to need to press down. And as soon as you press down, you'll feel that base plate kind of move. So, I mean, it's really, really easy. Now, what you're going to want to do is when you're moving this, you want to kind of get a hold of that base plate because it's going to fly off. So get a hold of that base plate and pull this off. You will no longer need this. I advise you to probably put this in the bag. And you won't need this piece right here. Actually, you won't need any of this. What am I saying? The only thing you'll need is your follower. So what you're going to do is, what I like to do, just to save any confusion, is you're going to lay this down flat and you're going to pull this out, right? Okay? Take your magazine, put it aside, and once you pull this out, you're going to line these springs up and make sure that you're putting this back in the way it should. So what you're going to do is this follower here, you're going to take this out. Note to self, if you look at this, it's in here a certain way. So what you're going to do, it's got like a, see how it goes off in that follower? So you kind of have to pry it off a little bit, but it'll pop right off. So keep everything lined up, right? Put your original spring down, take your follower, don't move anything, and you see how this spring here is just like that, and this old spring, OEM spring, you're just gonna take your follower and you're gonna put that off in here. Just like that. And it's just going to set on top of there. Now, what you're going to do is, to keep things the same, is you're going to take your magazine body and you're going to put this off in here just like this. And what I like to do is just push it off in there and make sure it lines up correctly. And it does. Simple as that. All right. You put it off in there. Now here comes a little bit of a tricky part. Take your old spring. You don't need it anymore. Put it aside. Put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Now it's not tricky, but you're going to have to compress this spring a little bit. Okay. So to do that, because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take the spring out. You're going to have to compress the spring off in here, and you're going to have to see if I get this right. Yep. Going to have to line this up. If I can do this right. Which way does this go? Nope, it doesn't go that way. See? This is good. This is good stuff. See, you're going to have to... So essentially, once that spring's in there, you're going to have to compress it, and you have to put this base plate on, and then you're going to have to put this locking back piece on here. So to do that, get everything lined up, right? You already know this base plate's going to sit on here just like this, right? So take this base plate off, set it aside just like that. Take your new spring and your follower, insert it in there, make sure it's good. Compress the spring as much as you can while also getting this. So what you're going to have to do essentially is compress your spring and get this base plate on this lip and scoot it on there. So it's going to take a little bit of effort. It's not super hard, but it's going to take a little bit of effort because it's got a lip that it has to slide on. I didn't have this much trouble the first go around, but since I'm on camera, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble. Okay, I got the lip in there. And see, it's got to be on there on both sides to slide in. Now, once you slide it in, make sure your spring is all the way forward and you slide this back. Okay, that's not the end of it. You're going to take your little back locking plate and you're going to slide it on the back. Okay, so you're going to slide this on. Okay. Once you slide it on and push it all the way up, the last step you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take, if it'll focus, see this little, yeah, right there. See how it's, it'll focus. Come on, camera. Okay, this you're going to have to take something and tap it, and it's going to lock it. Otherwise, if you don't, it's just going to keep sliding off. And no matter how much you push it on, it's not going to lock. You actually have to tap that. Tap this. See this +2? You're just going to tap it, and you're going to feel it lock. And you can use anything. I'm probably just going to use the magazine here. And okay, give it a good tap. Once it's tapped in, it's not going anywhere. If you don't tap that in and lock it in, this is going to slide off, and this base plate's going to slide off too. But you'll feel it, and you'll hear it click whenever you tap it, and it's locked in. And that's all there is to it. Once you've done it for the first one, I ordered 2 of these. I figured I'm not going to use the OEM flush fitting magazines, so it really doesn't add that much length to this gun. So I ordered 2 of these. Once you do the first one, the second one's super easy to do. And we'll put it in the gun. And there you go. Super easy, super quick. It does load 13 rounds. I tested it before. You'll want to test it and make sure that everything's in here and you can load 13 rounds. But best bang for your buck, yes. Go check them out on the Taurus website. It's a no-brainer to me. I think it's a great option to have. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate everyone. And yeah, thank you.